very impressed with Singapore. We come from Sydney, Australia, and we thought Sydney, Australia was very advanced. Singapore is at least 50 years in front of us. Honestly, your trains, your buses, the cleanliness of the city, it's beautiful. You don't realise what a beautiful city you live in. That's true. And Sydney is beautiful, but in Sydney, we don't have the transport system you have. I'm so impressed with your trains. My wife said to me yesterday, why don't you just go on a train ride? Because in Sydney, if you miss a train, you have to wait half an hour for another one. Here, you just get on the next train in a couple of minutes. And the beautiful walkways, look at the walkways here. We don't have this. We have a road and then a little narrow footpath. It's beautiful. And everything's so clean. This is the nicest city I've ever been to.
I think the government is doing enough to promote social cohesion in Singapore. For example, in workplace, we have colleagues bonding with each other through Racial Harmony Day, as well as in schools.
Yeah, because can use English.
Social ties are quite high, especially between the different racial groups and religious groups. We also have a lot of community projects which I think are quite close. I think that generally is okay, but there are still some stereotypes going on. Yeah.
For example?
Is this gonna be like only for our school project? I mean stereotypes between the different races. I personally saw quite a few good ones. Like especially blind people who board the bus, people will generally help them out. And even if the bus stops for a while to help them up, the bus driver will help them out. Nobody will.
I think the government is doing enough to have promoted these things, so yeah, no comment.
For now, I feel that not enough is done because like National Day is all between us, our races in Singapore, but not for like the foreigners. I think what they can do is to have maybe a little bit more community involvement projects between foreigners and Singaporeans, and basically make them interact more, learn more about each other's culture instead of keeping them very separate.
They should reduce the cost of living in Singapore.
It is something important because I think that many countries must check what your government is doing, because I think that they give to all the persons, as far as I know, opportunities, for example, to buy a new house the first time, and some incentives that other countries like mine, for example, in Spain, there's no.
I think the government's doing a very good job, but we met a cab driver last night who has a Down syndrome child, and the government here doesn't offer any assistance for his child who's got this disability. In Australia, the government would help that man.
What did that government do?
I think they need to be more sympathetic towards people who are disadvantaged. And from what our cab driver was saying last night, they don't look after people that are disadvantaged, whereas the Australian government does. Yes.
Like normally if you want to go to like the overhead bridge, you have to go super winding ones, right? So maybe not make it so tiring for them to go such big round.
I think, well, as I heard, sometimes, right now they say that you are starting having problems because many foreigners that they are making the low labor, they are coming more, and apparently that will become a problem real soon. But I think if you implement correct immigration rules, that will not be
They have a lot of benefits for foreigners.
What benefits?
Benefits. I'm also a foreigner, so I'm working here. I feel very happy and
I feel that we should welcome them because they are helping us and we would love to learn from them as well. So how are they helping us? I feel that for instance that we don't have enough, our population size is too small, our fertility rate is not able to give us enough replenishment. Of course we need foreign talent to help us with the workforce, and in order for our economy to grow, we will definitely need to learn from outside talent.
There are some negatives and positive sides to this, but I think bottom line, they are trying to accommodate to each other's needs.
Very nice, very nice. We got on the bus the other day, on the train, and a young girl got up from my ride off her seat. That's never happened in our life. Never. So very, very polite.
Where are they from? Like from the China, Bangladesh, Indian. They are all treated.
Why do they treat differently? Why are they treated differently?
Well, I guess we still have everyone. I believe will have stereotype towards them, like bias, like how we go to other countries and people do treat us.
I feel it's all about a mindset change because I mean ultimately people will not like foreigners because they are not part of Singapore. But if you look at the bigger picture, sometimes you have to think not only for yourself but the whole country as a whole.
I think slowly Singaporeans might lose their identity.